Hi, it's Mr. Mike from the Sherburne Public Library with another episode of Storytime. Do you know what month it is today? We switched to a new one. It is February, and I have a poem, February is Fun. February has so much to do in such a very short time. The month with only 28 days, or sometimes 29. Groundhogs, valentines, and presidents too. Looking for shadows and giving our hearts. February has so much to do. Up next, I'd like to count hearts. What color are these hearts? They are red. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 red hearts. Let's count these up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 red hearts. Now, instead of singing hearts, do these look like plain hearts or fancy hearts? Fancy hearts. And we're going to call them a valentine. Can you say valentine? Great. Let's count the valentines, and we'll sing this time. 1 red, 2 red, 3 red valentines, 4 red, 5 red, 6 red valentines, 7 red, 8 red, 9 red valentines, 10 red valentines. Great! Let's do it again. 1 red, 2 red, 3 red valentines, 4 red, 5 red, 6 red valentines, 7 red, 8 red, 9 red valentines, 10 red valentines. Great job. Okay. Our book today is about another holiday. It's Groundhog's Day, and this is a groundhog. Does he look like he's awake or in bed? In bed. Ooh, and he looks a little grumpy. He's a grumpy groundhog. By Maureen Wright, illustrated by Amanda Haley. And I'm going to add some special effects and music provided by the Novel Effect app. So here we go. Grumpy Groundhog by Maureen Wright, illustrated by Amanda Haley. The mayor stood before Groundhog's door and heard a rumbly, tumbly snore. Groundhog, he said, you're sleeping late. This is no time to hibernate. The people added with a shout, it's Groundhog Day, please come out.
Oh, what will this do for my re-election campaign?
The mayor pleaded, I'll ask once more. Won't you open up this door? Please come out and greet your friends. Groundhog Day is here again.
It's in the contract.
I won't come out, the groundhog said. I'm closing my eyes and staying in bed.
Go away.
I have an idea, said a boy in the crowd. He stepped to the front and spoke up loud. Give him a paper to read in bed. That's it, said the mayor, nodding his head.
Oh, a splendid idea. Yoo-hoo, Groundhog.
Groundhog opened his sleepy eyes. The Morning Times was a nice surprise. The groundhog took a very long time, reading the paper line by line.
Nothing like reading the paper in bed.
The people in town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day! Please come out!" The mayor dropped to his knobby knees and begged the groundhog, "Come out, please!"
We must now if winter is ending.
"I won't come out," the groundhog said. "I'm staying in here until I am fed."
Hibernation makes me hungry.
"I know what to do," a little girl said. "Give the groundhog breakfast in bed."
What do you think?
They served him food on a tray, coffee and toast, and a flower bouquet.
A solid French roast, finally.
Groundhog poured coffee from the pot. "This coffee is good. It's nice and hot."
I typically prefer espresso, but this will do.
The people in town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day! Please come out!" "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "It's nice and warm in my cozy bed."
This again? Move on. They're obsessed with me.
A girl yelled, "Get him some slippers to wear. His bedroom floor is chilly in there." "Of course," said the mayor, "find him a pair. His little tootsies are cold and bare."
Nobody likes cold piggies.
Groundhog never had slippers before. He did a jig all the way to the door. He twirled and shouted, "Look at me!
Woohoo!
I'll step outside on the count of 3.
My public awaits.
Can you count with me? The crowd yelled, 1, 2, 3, come out! Ta-da! He said, looking about.
Be sure to get my good side. Oh, my terrible good side.
He blinked from the lights and the camera's glare. A child said, "Give him sunglasses to wear."
Come on.
"Hooray!" said the mayor. "No shadow today. The chilly weather is going away." The groundhog said, "It's a wonderful day. I'll ask the children if they want to play."
Ooh, it's chilly.
"Let's make a snowman," the children cried. Groundhog had fun being outside. They made a snowman round and fat. It looked very nice in the mayor's hat.
Maybe this winter thing isn't so bad.
At the end of the day, the groundhog said, "It's time for me to go back to bed. I had a fun day with all my friends. When spring comes early, I'll see them again."
Good night. See you in the spring.
And that's the end of our story, The Grumpy Groundhog. There we go. Sorry about that. By Maureen Wright, illustrated by Amanda Haley, with music and sound effects by the Novell Effect app. Oh, before I put this away, Grumpy and Groundhog both begin with our letter for today. What letter is it? It's the letter G. Also, good night. Good begins with the letter G. Here is our letter G. Let's sing the alphabet song and find out where G comes in. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Great job. Great begins with the letter G. Okay, can you think of some things that begin with the letter G? Let's go look. Ooh, go begins with the letter G. Let's go look for the letter G. Let's go look for the letter G. Let's go look for the letter G. Way down yonder in the library. Picking up G's and putting them in the basket. Picking up G's and putting them in the basket. Picking up G's and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder in the library. Let's see, we'll start out with this guy here. It's a gorilla. Gorilla begins with the letter G. Do you know what sound a gorilla makes? He goes, he beats his chest. Gorilla. G. Here's another animal. It's a goat. Goat begins with the letter G. What sound does a goat make? Nah, nah. They always sound a little mad or angry. Goat. Oh, here we have, it's a very teeny tiny guitar. Guitar begins with the letter G. Guitar. Oh, look, it has ribbon and a box. A present is a good guess, but present doesn't begin with the letter G. It's a gift. Gift begins with the letter G. And what color is it, by the way? It's green. Green also begins with the letter G. Green. Oh, here's something else that's green. Bubble chew, it says here. It's gum. Gum begins with the letter G. Gum. Oh, here's a board with some dice and a cup. It would be a game. Game begins with the letter G. Game. Capital G and lowercase g. We also have some books here that begin with the letter G. My grandma is the greatest. Grandma and greatest both begin with the letter G. Oh, my best friend is a goldfish. Gold begins with the letter G. Gold. Here we have tea with an old giant. Ooh, the G here makes a little different, and it's a fancy G. A little different sound. Instead of the G, it makes a J sound. Giant. Oh, back to the other sound. My Baba's garden. Garden begins with the letter G. Here we have Angela's glacier. Glacier begins with the letter G. Glacier. Ooh. Got to get to bears. Got begins with the letter G, and get begins with the letter G. Got to get to bears. All books that begin with the letter G. So if you come down to the library, you can check one of those out. Now, also, if you come to the library, you could come, I might have some extra crafts to make a groundhog puppet. And I have a little poem that goes with him. It goes like this. Here's a little groundhog, furry and brown. He's coming up to look around. If he sees a shadow, down he'll go. Then 6 more weeks of winter and snow. So you could come and I'll have some kits made up where you'll have our brown cup with the song that I just sang. You'll have a groundhog and you can color him brown, sort of like the cup. And there's a popsicle stick. And all you have to do is tape that popsicle stick on the back. And then you take that, after you tape it on the back and color it in, you can stick it through the hole in the cup and make him go up and down, up and down. Here's a little groundhog, furry and brown. He's coming up to look around. If he sees a shadow, down he'll go. Then 6 more weeks of winter and snow. Okay, I'm going to bring our groundhog back out. And can you pretend to be a groundhog with me? Put your little paws up like this. Here we go. Groundhog, groundhog, turn around. Groundhog, groundhog, touch the ground. Groundhog, groundhog, show your shoe. Groundhog, groundhog, that will do. Groundhog, groundhog, reach up high. Groundhog, groundhog, touch the sky. Groundhog, groundhog, don't you sigh. Groundhog, groundhog, wave goodbye. So that's it for today. Have a great day and keep on reading.